Welcome to Merced Community College Student Help Desk. This lesson we're going to explore a frequently asked question. How do I download the zip files for my CPSC 30 file? How do I work with them? How do I save them? And the reason it's so complicated is because you're working with a zip file. A zip file is a container where there are many files. So it needs to be extracted. Even though you can look at the contents inside the box, think of a zip file as a box. You're looking at the contents through X-ray vision, so you're not really opening the contents, even though you can open the contents. You actually need to extract the contents and to save them on your computer. Otherwise, you will not be able to work with the files. You will not be able to save them, and you will not be able to send them back to your instructor as assignments. So first thing we need to do, click on Student Data Files. In this case, this instructor has already broken the contents of the package into several smaller packages. I'm going to go to the one that says Access. Then the computer is going to give me the information bar on top here that it says, to help protect your security, Internet Explorer blocked this site from downloading files to your computer. Click here for options and you click on download. And of course, the system kicks you to the entrance of the Blackboard portal. That's because there's a bug using Microsoft products, and we have already talked about this bug on other student help desk lessons. So let's click again on the class that we are working with, which in this case is CPSC 30, and let's go back to where we were at, the student data files and access. The second time around, the bug does not kick in. So it's not going to kick us out to the entrance of the Blackboard page, but it's going to actually let us open the file. But we don't want to open the file. We want to save it. So I'm going to save this in a place where I will find it. In this case, it's going to be on my desktop. Okay? I don't want to open it. I want to save it, because if I open it, I'm just opening a box which is a container through my, in quotations, X-ray vision. I don't want to do that. I want to extract the contents. Okay, so I'm going to minimize Blackboard, and then I'm going to go to the file. And I apologize for the complexity of this procedure. I wish it were easier. That's the way computers are. So here's the file. It's called Access, and if you notice, there's a zip, like a zipper on the file. That's because it's a container. So I'm going to click on the file, and you can see the contents of the file, but you cannot really work on these files because it will not allow you to save, because they are still in the box. We need to get them out of the box. How do we do that? You see there's a link up here that says extract all files. Well, you need to click on that link, the one that says extract all files, and then it's gonna prompt you with a location to save them. So whichever location prompts you is usually a default one, and it's a good one. Bingo, there they are. How do I know these files have been extracted? Well, if we go back to the desktop, now I'm gonna have this one that says Access with a zipper, and this one that doesn't have a zipper. And now I can work on the files and I can save them. And eventually, if my instructor requires me to do so, I can send them as attachments on my assignments. I hope this lesson works out for you and it helps you understanding the concept of how to download the student data files, how to save them on your desktop, how to extract them, and finally how to be able to work with them. This is Eduardo for the Student Help Desk at Merced Community College. Thank you so much.